Hello and welcome to Anime Adventures, where I let you know what anime I have watched in the past month. Sorry if I'm kind of gross, and also I'm not wearing cute clothes because I spent most of the afternoon painting a bookshelf in 96-degree heat while there was a blackout. Dorm preparations are fun. Okay, so let me tell you guys what I watched during the month of July. First up, we have two movies, Eden of the East, King of Eden, and Eden of the East, Paradise Lost. Both of these are continuation movies of the Eden of the East anime series. Now, if you haven't seen Eden of the East, it's kind of hard to give you a summary without giving everything completely away, but basically this girl Saki is in Washington, D.C. She meets this guy Takizawa who has lost his memory. They go back to Japan, and insanity ensues as they try to figure out exactly who Takizawa is, and also there's an interesting political conflict going on. Also has some really interesting commentary about sort of Japan's decline and the rise of the digital age, and it offers a lot of interesting commentary and food for thought about the generation that's currently entering the workforce, often referred to as NEETs, which I think stands for not employed or in education. I knew these movies were a continuation of the Eden of the East anime. I didn't expect them to be so essential to the original plotline. I thought it was going to be the same characters going on a different sort of crazy adventure. A lot of loose ends from the anime are tied up. You get to know some new characters, you get a little bit of backstory for other characters, and really it's a very nice wrap up to the original anime series, Eden of the East. Next up, we have another movie. It is Kiki's Delivery Service, which is a Studio Ghibli film done by the brilliant Hayao Miyazaki. My friend Meredith grew up with this movie, my friend Sammy apparently grew up with this movie, and I had never seen it before last month. And oh my gosh, I relate to this movie on a personal level. Kiki's Delivery Service is about a little girl named Kiki who's a witch, and she's going off to make her own in the world, and it offers lots of really interesting themes about creativity and passion and inspiration, and it's just beautiful. And if you need to be re-inspired, just go watch Kiki's Delivery Service, because I guarantee you that movie will help you get your drive back. Those were really the only anime I finished. I've been watching almost exclusively streaming anime since it's the summer season right now, and oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff streaming right now. First up, we have Aoharu Ride, also known as Blue Spring Ride, which is a really cute slice of life shoujo kind of thing. Aoharu Ride follows our main character, who in middle school was really cute and feminine and girly, and she didn't really have any friends because of this, because all the girls didn't like her, because all the boys liked her, but she liked this one boy who liked her back, but they never got to confess their feelings to each other because the boy transfers to a different middle school. So for high school, our main character Futaba has had a complete personality change, and then she meets the guy she was in love with in middle school, who's also kind of had a complete personality change. It's typical shoujo, lots of frustration, lots of cheesy lines that don't necessarily make sense, but also lots of really interesting insight into people and into relationships, not just romantic relationships, but also friendships, and it's just fun to watch, and I think it's really cute, and also I love the ending and opening theme. Next up, we have Tokyo Ghoul, which is one of the hot anime streaming this season. Tokyo Ghoul follows our main character Kaneki, and in his universe there are humans, but then there are ghouls, these creatures who have to feed on human flesh to survive. And Kaneki ends up becoming a half-human, half-ghoul, and he has to learn about and navigate the kind of ghoul underworld while also still being human and deal with the fact that he has to eat people now. It's fascinating, it's dark, it's beautifully animated, and the soundtrack is... the opening theme alone is enough to make you want to watch this show. Also, Kaneki is bookish, and I love bookish male protagonists. Next up, and possibly my favorite streaming anime this season, Zankyo no Terror. Zankyo no Terror is about these two terrorists, 9 and 12, and also this other girl, Lisa Marie, and also this police chief, Shibazaki, and the Tokyo police force, I believe. And basically, as the series begins, you're figuring out why that the main characters 9 and 12 are doing what they're doing, what their backstory is. You're figuring out exactly what's going on with like this weird government, and the series takes you in blind and just sort of gradually sheds light on everyone and everything, and it's dark and fascinating, and the two main characters are some of the strangest and most interesting, complex characters I've ever had the pleasure of watching. Also, it's done by the same composer and director who did Cowboy Bebop and also Kids on the Slope, so it's absolutely beautiful visually and audibly. The soundtrack is fantastic. It's the most beautiful show I've ever seen in my entire life, and they're keeping that consistent, and I cannot wait to watch more of the show. If you're not watching it, you are missing out on a masterpiece. This series is a work of art. Next up we have Free Season 2, Free Eternal Summer. If you haven't heard of Free, where have you been in the anime world? Where have you been? Basically, it's a swimming anime about boys in high school. There are 4 main characters who go to the same high school, and then there are a couple other characters who go to another swimming high school, and it's about their relationships with each other and their relationship with the sport of swimming. And I love it not only because the characters are fantastic and really nice to look at, and their relationships are beautiful and fascinating, but also because I'm a swimmer, and it's really amazing to watch an anime about a sport that I care so much about. And it's also nice to be extra knowledgeable about the sport. It's silly, it's ridiculous, at times it's probably a little cheesy, but I have fun watching it, so... Also, Kyoto Animation does it, so it's beautiful. And finally, we have an anime I mentioned last month as well, Haikyuu, also known as Volleyball Show. Haikyuu is still airing right now. I think it's going to be 26 episodes, I'm not sure. It's just as good now as it was in the month of June. I adore every single character and how distinct they are and like the unique personality each one of them has. There's something about sports anime that just makes your heart hurt. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's in the same way that like a really good sports movie makes your heart hurt while also being kind of cheesy and ridiculous, but you watch it anyway because it's beautiful. So that was Anime Adventures for the month of July. Let me know what you guys watched in the month of July, what you're watching this month, what you think I should watch. If you have any suggestions, I'm always open to them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.